I want to make something abundantly clear before I talk about the issues that I have with this season. I think Chapter 2 Remix is great when viewed in a vacuum. It brings back the base Chapter 2 map with the supporting loot pool that is overall an enjoyable meta. I really do like this season, but the way that it was handled makes it difficult for me to say that it's a better remake than its Chapter 1 counterpart. Chapter 2 Remix is not a faithful recreation of Chapter 2, and while from a gameplay aspect this doesn't create many issues, I think it's a symptom of a larger problem that Epic suffers with when it comes to understanding their own content. I feel as if this should go without saying, but creating something associated this heavily with nostalgia implies the incentive for creating it is to cash in on that nostalgia. While I disagree with the decision to not give us the full Season 5 through X map during Season OG, I can't deny that it makes more sense to retain the base Season 5 map in an effort to appeal to the greater nostalgia that it has. When the roadmap leaked for Chapter 2's return, I was interested to see what direction they would take the map because it was promoted as being a Season 1 through 3 recreation, and by far Fortnite's most popular season is Season 2 of Chapter 2. I figured they would likely make an attempt to retain most of the Season 2 map during Season 3. However, the decision they went with for this season makes quite literally no sense. It seems they utilized the remix theme more literally than I thought, because the entire season is themed around different music artists that nobody asked for. This is honestly why I believe Epic Games doesn't understand their old content, because by completely pasting over the highlights of what made Season 2 enjoyable with their disgusting and out-of-place collaborations, it heavily hints towards the idea that they didn't really have faith that Season 2 by itself could retain enough players' interest in a Chapter 2 OG style season. Need I remind you, despite the fact that I disagree, most players in the Fortnite community view Chapter 2 Season 2 as the game's best time period, and Epic thinks it would be better if this time Ice Spice was humping the shark, Snoop Dogg was consuming illegal substances at the agency, and Eminem was just putting the spaghetti in the box at the grotto. And to someone who didn't have the displeasure of watching the trailer, this might all sound confusing to you because there wasn't a shark or grotto location on the map during week 1. Well, do you remember how I mentioned Seasons 1 through 3 for this quote-unquote remake? Well, I guess Epic decided that just one season for the month was fine, and instead of getting the full Season 2 map in week 1, we will have to wait a much longer time to experience the entire remix for that season. I get that making a remake for Chapter 2 with these 3 seasons is bound to be more difficult than what they did with Chapter 1, but no one said you had to have Seasons 1 through 3. You very easily could have done 6 through 8, 2 through 4, or hell, just any random set of seasons that players enjoyed. I just don't understand how they thought this alternative was better than anything else they could have done. These recreations are meant to be a celebration of older Fortnite seasons, even if they aren't 100% accurate, like seen with Season OG. People remember Season 2 for the agency, the grotto, and the shark, not the dog pound or whatever piss-ridden names are set up for the other locations. It's sad that people who started during Chapter 2 aren't being given their own version of Season OG because apparently what they had to work with just wasn't good enough, which most definitely isn't true.
They stole it from me, Carmine! They took it! That was today! Today!
I mean, can you imagine how upset people would be if they did this for Season OG? People returning for the nostalgia of it would have lost their shit, and rightfully so. If anything, Remix should have been a Chapter 2 Season 9 or something else. That way they could have experimented with the theme a bit more if they weren't happy with what they had. Or if they were so hellbent on adding these artists to the game, why not just make it for Festival? That way Remix can be its own thing. Look, I just wanted to talk about this because I think this season's theme is hilariously out of touch. I want to reiterate because I know some smooth brain out there is missing the point of this video. I think Chapter 2 Remix is an overall solid season, but the theme is incredibly silly and presents a myriad of missed opportunities even if the gameplay is relatively consistent with Chapter 2. Also, I wanted to say that I'm in the process of making a Chapter 5 Season 3 full review that should be coming out pretty soon. In addition, I also now have a creator code, Mudgy, if you would like to support me. Anyways, thank you for watching and have a great day.